Let's go through LICO 2015 average height of buildings in each segment. It gives us two-dimensional array buildings. For each building, it gives us start, end, and height. And let's return two-dimensional array, uh, which will be the average of the height of the buildings. So let's look at the example. This building has 1, 3, and height 2. And because there is only one building, so the average is 2. 1, 4, 2, sorry. So it has from 1, 3, it has 2. And from 3 to 4, there are two buildings. One building has height 2, and another has building 4. So the average is 3, 4, 3. And the last one, 4, 9, has one building, and the height is 4. So so it has we have 494. Um, so and let's look at the example two, right? Example two, we have 1, 3, and the head is 2, right? And 2, 5 is 3, and the 2, 8 is also 3, right? So do I see from in the end it has a 1 street, has a one building, and the average is 2, right? And from 2 from 1 to 3, the average is 2. So even you see, even here the average is 2, and this one, if it's double, it's actually 2.5, right? But it is written integer, so it's also 2. So because this average, these two segments have the same average, so we should combine together, right? And for this part from 3 to 8, they have average to be 3, right? So in the end, we to have um, two elements. The size is 2. So even the actual average, if as long as those kind of average, they have same average, we should uh, combine them to one interval. So for this question, we what we do is that we can use um, swap line, right? For every building, we convert that to points, and so we iterate for all of the different time, right? So for this time, for this time, for this time, and for this time, right? So for each time, we we need a check if the current average is equals to previous average or not. If it doesn't equal to previous average, and also current average, and also previous average, let's say it's not 0, right? Or we let's say not a -1, we added that to our result. And uh, for every current average, right? Average it is the sum of the height divided by counts, right? Building counts. So it is possible the count is 0, right? So when the count is 0, we can set um, average to be -1, right? So we need some variables of pre-average, pre-sum, pre-count, and also current average, current sum, and current average. So let's write code for this. So we need so we're going to convert this one as points. We call events or equals new array list. So what we do is that for every building in buildings, we're going to have events add new int. So for the left, we'll see this is the time is B0, right? So we can use B, and we use a positive for enter event, positive hit, and we also have B1, right? B1. So let's use some negative one. Then what we do is that we need to use collections sort events. So we can have a comparator comparing int, right? So compare, comparing int. We can also write as lambda, right? So integer compare a b goes to integer compare a 0 b 0. So we are going to have int a equals events dot size, and we're going to have a new current sum, pre-sum, um, pre-sum, and current count. Let's set this one as 0. Current sum, pre-sum set as 0. Current count as 0, right? And also pre-count equals 0. Let's also have a pre-average equals -1. For current average, we just when we calculate it, we use it. We can also have current average, and equals to -1. And we have a last variable, which is um, the for example, the last of the point, right? So if we are here, so last is 1. If we're here, the last will be 3, right? So will be the previous one, previous groups of points. So we'll say that is the last, those kind of points index. Right? So we're going to have an int result equals new array list. Then what we do is that for int I equals to 0, I smaller than n, I plus plus, and we're going to have current sum should plus equal to events get I 1, right? And current count should plus equal to events get I 1. If this is greater than 0, let's say this is 1, otherwise it is -1, right? Then we'll say if I equals -1, all events get I 0, finally put events get I I plus 1, 0, right? So that means the groups change. So we'll say in the current average equals current count equals 0. If this one equals 0, right? Then we'll say current average is -1. Otherwise, will be current sum divided by current count. And we'll say if current average doesn't equal to previous average, then we'll say do we need a if previous average doesn't equal to -1, right? Then we add the result. So our result add new int last event with 0, and we should add a previous average, and we'll always have a last equals event with I 0, right? So after this one, we're going to have pre-sum equals current sum, and the pre-count equals current count, and also pre-average equals current average, and in the end, return result to array for the new int result process. And can also write Python code for this. So Python code will be very similar. We are going to so so but we'll say for this one we convert the buildings to point and sort. This will be n log n time complexity. And for this one, it is an ON, right? So the time complexity, because there is a sort, it will be n log n, and the space complexity, we use some linear data structure, so that is ON, right? And Python will be very similar. Well, let's first use an event equals this, right? Then we're going to for start and height in buildings. Then we're going to have events append start height, and also events append and minus height. So what we need is that we are going to have an event sort. So key equals oops. So that will be x0 and then x1, right? So we're going to have result equals this, and we're going to have current sum, pre-sum, current count, pre-count, current average, pre-average, and also last. So this one will be 0, 0, 0, 0, minus one, minus one, minus one. Okay. So what we do is that for I in range length events, then we're going to have mm, so we'll have current sum to the plus equal to event. Let's have this. Uh, mm, so let's have mm, position, right? Position and delta equals events. So we're going to have current sum to plus equal to delta, and the current count should plus equal to 1 if delta greater than 0 else minus 1, right? So we'll say if I equals length events minus 1, right? Or events I 0 doesn't equal to events I plus 1, 0. Then we're going to have current average equals current sum divided by current count if current count doesn't equal to 0. Else we'll set this as minus 1. So we'll say if current average doesn't equal to 3 average, then we're going to have a result should append plus position and a free average. And then we'll always have last first position, right? And we're going to have free sum, free count, and free average equals current sum, current count, and the current average. And then in the end, we just return results. If current sum equal to this. It will say we should have another one is the free average equal to minus 1, right? If it is minus 1, we should skip. And doesn't equal to, this should belong to doesn't equal to, right? Doesn't equal to then last equals position.